Welcome. You're listening to the I'm Wired to Inspire podcast, creatively engineered by Nicole, the inspiration specialist. I'm Wired to Inspire is a powerfully packed 5-minute podcast filled with inspiration and encouragement to get you through your day. It's designed to inspire you to live your authentic purpose. Now stay tuned for your host, Nicole, the inspiration specialist, on today's episode of I'm Wired to Inspire.
Hey everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today on my podcast. Guys, this is going to be a very short episode today, but I mentioned the other day, guys, that I wanted to talk to you about a topic that I find interesting these days, and today's episode is actually called Here for the Comments. But I'm going to end it on a special note. It's not necessarily about that topic, which it is, but I'm going another place with it. Y'all know how I do. Now, I also want to apologize because the recording, I believe, for mamas, for that episode earlier this week, there was a lot of P's and T's and a lot of popping. And if you guys ever hear anything that I don't catch, just hit me up and tell me. I want to say thank you to somebody who brought it to my attention. Totally bless my soul. Always looking out, and I truly appreciate it. So with that being said, so let's run it right quick. So I don't know, keep it 100 with me. Now let me know if you're like me. Now I'm going to be honest and I'm going to be transparent because that's who I am. But this is what I'm curious about, right? So do you ever get on IG or Facebook or any of the social media platforms where they let you do comments, right? Do you just see a page, like a weird post? Like it might not even be something you vibing with necessarily, but you look at that headline and you're like, boy, I'm just here for the comments. And you just start scrolling and you just, y'all, I'm sorry, y'all. This is why I'm talking about this, because people don't want to admit it. And see, when you're in ministry or when you are doing certain things, you have to be careful that you don't let people dictate to you or try to tell you what level you should be on. And although there is protocol and there are things that, we should just keep in mind because it just doesn't line up with the word of God, you also have to understand that people are human beings. And there's some things that some people get and other people don't. And there's some places God may have you navigate that other people won't ever know. And sometimes, I know for me, because God has me doing things in the secular world, a lot of things, it actually is beneficial when I'm helping somebody through their situation because I'm aware. There are just so many things that come up in different people that I engage and talk to who are in the midst of a lot of the things we see posted. And you have to kind of be abreast and aware of it, not because you're in there for the mess and you're, oh, I'm so above that. Yeah, I get a lot of it is foolery for the most part, but sometimes it's to your advantage because the person doesn't feel that you're so disconnected and far away. They're more apt to hear what you have to say because you're more welcoming. You're not judgmental, because you understand. And even though you can be in complete disagreement with it, all you have to do is measure up what you're saying with the word. So if they get mad, they're not getting mad at you, they get mad at God. But you have to be able to stand, in right standing with that. So I said all of that to say that, I find that that's like a very difficult thing to do. But, one day, y'all, I was reading some comments. And I thought about the long-term effects of some of the things that people post and some of the things they say. And man, I felt the deepest conviction. And I'm still learning about it, still, trying to learn my way around this whole situation and doing ministry this way and having a podcast and being in front of people and having social media. Like, this is new, y'all. This is new school stuff. So I have to try to figure this out. There's no rule book for this, y'all. We're literally creating the rule books for these platforms and things now. Our family, our parents, and perhaps grandparents were in, the civil rights movement. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they set the standard for that. They created protocols and things for us to do with that. In this day and age, the things that have come up in the last 20 years include social media and the internet and things of the like. So we're creating standards and rules, and because it's a lot of theft and thievery on social media. I call it the Wild Wild West. So essentially, people could kind of just get away with whatever they want. So people are just at will to be internet gangsters, they keyboard gangsters. So, with that, I just felt a deep conviction, and I'm like, I'll be here for the comments, and I still do. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes the comments are just hilarious. Now, usually when it's something that's not like mean and hateful, and it's just really like a feel good story, because y'all, some of the feel good stories, like there was one I saw the other day, y'all, where the girl didn't walk, and she walked in front of her nurse, and the nurse thought she still couldn't walk. She saw a month later another one where the girl walked and her boyfriend didn't know she could walk. I mean, it was just so many of those things are just tear jerkers, and it's just like genuine, beautiful post. So I'm always here for those comments too. But I say all that to say that my heart just fell on the people who may not think it's funny. And, we might be here for the comments, but those comments might hurt them. And it will cause them to quit. It will cause them to not want to continue. And it's hard because in a form of what we see every day playing out in social media with the verbal sparring is abuse. Is verbal abuse. And it's really bad. And I tell you what, you'll see some interesting diagnosis in the next 10 years from this generation who's partaking in that, in terms of being the villain and the person who's being villainized. So I just thought about that. I was like, my God. And with that conviction, God had brought something to my remembrance. Years ago when I was a kid, my mom had this plaque on the wall, and it said, "Don't quit." And I don't know, y'all, for some strange reason, for whatever reason, I just connected that, the here for the comments and don't quit. And the part that I was connecting was, I really hope and wish, and I asked God to forgive me too. And I'm still asking God to help me with that, because it is so easy for me to get sucked in. It's so easy for me to see things. I mean, I know I'm probably going to see something else and I'm like, oh God, what is that? So I'm trying to discipline myself more. Again, y'all, I'm just being transparent with you, because you're not the only one struggling with it, y'all. And even those who high up that you think are so perfect and they got their perfect little ministry. Let me tell you, nobody is perfect. No, whatever you see is not always what you get. And you know what? Everybody doesn't have to say that. They don't have to be at liberty to do that. But there are enough religious spirits and haters who pick apart what you're doing, subliminally post about you anyway. So you might as well just do what God is telling you to do. And you put your energy and focus on that. Because if you're worried about anything else, then you'll end up on the wrong side of things. You'll be on the right side of wrong. And that's not what you want to do. So with that being said, I was just thinking, I was like, God, I really pray for those and ask forgiveness for myself for anything that I may have done. I know those people don't know me. They'll never meet me. But I just, Lord, if I'm laughing at something at the expense of someone else, then God, please forgive me. There are people who do things, they fail, they fall, they don't get back up again, and all kind of stuff that's just really, embarrassing. But I'm like, wow, a lot of these people will quit after this embarrassment. A lot of them will quit. A lot of them will not continue, because this has literally destroyed them and ruined their lives. And it immediately made me think about the plaque that my mom had on the wall that I now have on my wall. And that is what I want to read to you guys today. It's a poem, and it's called Don't Quit. And my desire and my hope, excuse me, y'all. My desire and my hope is that if there is anybody listening and you have fallen victim to that and you do feel some type of way, I don't want you to quit. And for all of you who are listening, you may not look at social media and you may have no idea what I'm talking about. To God be the glory with that too. It's all good across the board. But just in case the money's low, the money's funny, the relationship crazy, you're not feeling all that hot, whatever the case may be, just don't quit. It's easy to quit. That's why quitters never win. And that's why when you see winners and people that are excellent, the number is usually really small, because people don't stick it out. They don't tough it out. So with that being said, I'm gonna ride out with this one. And again, I know I'm still here for the comments, and I'm just praying and asking God to kind of help me through that whole process. And, and if you need help with it, I might even do like some prayers and stuff about just social media navigation, just to kind of keep our hearts and our spirits pure, because it is inundated with a lot of foolery that can take us on, the deep end and take us on paths that don't help our situations and our walks with Christ. And it's happening to the most prevalent pastors and apostles and prophets and people who hold offices in the church, not just parishioners, but all kinds of people. So I don't want you to quit. Whoever you are, whatever you're working on in your life right now, I always tell you guys to be encouraged, but I'm genuinely sincere when I say I do not want you to quit. If you need to take a break, if you need to take a pause, if you need to chill, if you need to walk away from it for a season and then go back to it, that's fine, but don't quit. You hear me? I don't know who I'm talking to, but Lord Jesus, somebody is listening to this thing and you just got so angry. You are so mad. And I don't know if it happened yesterday, last week, day before, but recently. It could have happened a few minutes ago. But you're ready to throw in a towel. So when you throw in a towel, what you gonna have after that? You're gonna just waste all your hard work? You're going to let somebody else foolery and idiocy tell you not to do something because you had a bad day, because this one flopped, it didn't do well, or it's not what you thought, or I can't get it. Okay, well, try harder. Try again. But you will not quit. So I'm speaking to you prophetically. There is somebody who is contemplating quitting, but the devil is a liar. No, you will not. You will not quit. You will complete school. You will trust God to mend your marriage. You will be friends with your best friend. You will get over that foolishness. You hear me? You will exceed on your job. You will excel and you know what? That's right. You will excel and exceed your current expectations on your job. Yeah, I said it. You will not beat yourself up today. You will not. I will not let you do that. My friend TJ Mercer, check her out. She has a new podcast, and I think go to tuneinwithtj.com. And one of the topics I think she said was, when your friend crashes your pity party, I'm crashing your pity party. The devil is a liar. So no, you will not quit either. You're going to pull yourself together. You're going to snap out of it, have your cry, pout for a couple of days if you must. But I'm crashing. I'm crashing that party, boo. That's a whack, bunk, boring party. Ain't nobody got time for that. So do not quit. And this is what I'm going to leave you guys with. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh. When care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is queer with its twists and its turns, and every one of us sometimes learns. And many a failure turns about when they might have won had they stuck it out. Don't give up though the pace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow. Often the goal is nearer than it seems to a faint and faltering man. Often the struggler has given up when he might have captured the victor's cup. And he learned too late, when the night came down, how close he was to the golden crown. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt. And you never can tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when your hardest hit. Is when things seem worse, that you must not quit. I'm wired to inspire. I hope you are too.
Thanks for listening to I'm Wired to Inspire podcast at I'mWiredToInspire.com. If you enjoyed the show, spread the word and be sure to hit the 5-star rating on iTunes. For more information on this podcast and inspirational products and services, log on to the inspirationspecialist.life or I'mWiredToInspire.com. And remember to live your authentic purpose. Thanks again, and see you next time.